Burt, you're a guy who has been deeply involved, and people don't necessarily know all of this about you, but in helping many kids who are at risk, who are African American, who live under your roof, who you fathered. When you see the anger today between, when you see all the anger out there, I'm just wondering, what are you thinking about?
You know what? It's funny. I was saying something on Twitter the other day. I'm pretty well known in San Diego, so I've been pulled over 4 times in San Diego in 30 years by the police. All 4 times I had one of my black students or players with me. I've never been, and you can't say it's, that's the reason. I mean, I moved from one house in East Lake to Bonita, and I think I had Shaquille Bradford with me. He was living with me at the time, and the people in Bonita called the police on us when we showed up with the moving truck saying we were robbing the place. But I don't have those problems when I'm not with an African American or a kid or anything else. So, I mean, there's a lot of truth to it, and if you get in the right part of town, and I mean, it's real. I just don't think, it's weird. People, if you don't see it, you don't believe it. So, we shouldn't tell, Jews how to mourn World War II, or Indians how to mourn, having their land taken away, or whatever it is, or the way blacks are treated today. I mean, this is an ongoing thing for, 200 years now. I mean, a lot of us talk about, one thing, but it really hasn't stopped. And, people don't believe it because they don't see it. So if you don't see it, out of sight, out of mind. And, you get a lot of people that like to tell people how to mourn or what to be pissed off at and not to be pissed off at. But I mean, you can ask Browner. I mean, it's not. I mean, look at the thing in La Mesa. You think that would happen to a Jewish kid in Coronado or La Jolla? But it's not just the police. It's all the Karens out there and I'm with Hillary's that call the police on these kids. And that's part of the problem too. I see that all the time. And, police get there and obviously not all cops are bad. Not all everybody's bad. But when these white soccer moms and, I'm with her and peace and unity bumper stickers call the police on these kids, that's usually what happens. They show up. And that's a bigger problem that nobody sees.
Are you saying that white people are afraid of black people and they see black people in a predominantly white neighborhood and call the cops, and that's and it's the fear for whatever reason, the distrust? Is that what you're saying? Because if that's the case, and
I don't have to say it. It's not what I'm saying. That is reality. That's the freaking truth. I mean, you saw the. I mean, you see just a couple of videos of people taking about, bird watching or somebody barbecuing or that's everywhere. That's not counting. That's the bold ones. You're not counting the ones that are looking out their window and making these calls. And it happens all the time. It happens. Like I said, it happens when I'm moving into Bonita and my neighbors call the police because I'm with a black kid. They're not calling the police on me. They're calling the police because some dude's coming up with a U-Haul. He's got a black kid with him. I mean, why else would you call the police? I moved 100 times in my life. One time I'm with a black kid, they call the police. So if you don't think that's happening, you don't think everybody's looking at like Mrs. Kravitz out their window and the police are just randomly showing up all the time, somebody's calling them. That's just the way it is. Brown, do you disagree with me?
No, I agree with you 100%. I'll share this with you guys, and this is a little too personal, no more personal than I normally get, but I don't like to leave a store without buying something. And this is the truth. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the truth. Every store I go in, I always buy something, whether I need it or I don't need it, because whenever you walk in the store as a black person and you walk out with nothing, people stare at you on your way out because they think you stole something. That's the truth. Like Burt said, that's the truth in the society we live in. It's not his opinion. He just told you he's moved countless amount of times. The one time he moves with a black person, the cops show up. That's not luck. That's not like coincidence. People are calling, the police are used as a weapon against certain parts of society. And now it's coming to the forefront for everyone to see. But before this was all recorded, black people have been living this. What police are doing to protesters, not looters, people who are legit exercising their First Amendment right, what police are doing to them, they've been doing to black people for generations. And now it's just shown to you unfiltered. They were never going to put this on the news. You have to see this on the internet. You have to go find it. And so now it's just more in your face. And I hope that people use this as an opportunity to open their mind to the other side and not just go and say, oh, well, there had to be a reason. There had to be a reason. Sometimes there is no reason. Sometimes it's just prejudice operating.
All right. So I'm so glad we're going to continue to have these kinds of conversations. Burt, I love how.
Wait, I'm having social problems. All right, go ahead.
What kind of social problems?
No, like my camera got messed up.
So look, I say it like this, here you are, again, a father figure to a lot of young at-risk African-American men that have lived under your roof. I've qualified that for you. Okay. I want to get your opinion. Well, I'm just saying that I want people to understand where your opinions are shaped. I mean, you tell me, where are your opinions on race shaped?
You know what? I came from Philadelphia in the 80s, which was about as racist as you can get. It still is. I mean, we're in 2012. That was 40 years ago. And if you were in a certain neighborhood in Philadelphia, and it's not ancient history. It's not like, it's not the 19th century. And a black family tried to move into a white neighborhood, they would burn that house down. They would literally burn it down. It just hasn't changed. I look at Philadelphia now, and the same dudes I know are walking around with bats and stuff at night. They're not protecting themselves. When you're walking around, you're looking for something. You're protecting yourself, stay in your front porch. But, everybody's using an excuse for something else. But when you actively start going out looking for people and targeting people, then who's the criminal? The people that are protesting or you? So I don't buy any of that shit, to be honest with you. I think the problem is all we see on the news is the two extremes. You see the extreme left and the extreme right. Most of us are in the middle and think this is all bullshit. But everything. I don't know what to tell you, to be honest with you. It's just I don't think it's my place to tell you. I don't experience it. I mean, I experience it almost by proxy because I'm with these kids, but I don't experience it towards me. I never have because I'm white.
So me too. All right. And I have not either. Okay. And I'm not.
Let me give you an example, Scott. Because you and I are the same. We have Jewish last names. We get a lot of Jew called to us, right? And you get a lot of Jew prejudice, but you don't get that just walking down the street because you can't identify you're a Jew. Black and white is two different things. So we can say our name or tell somebody we're Jewish, and then football players make Jew jokes and do everything else, but that's still under our control. It's not an anonymous random walk down the street where you're identified as something before anybody even knows who you are.